We're here in Beaver Stadium following Penn State's 38-10 victory over SMU in the first round of the college football playoff. They now advance to the Fiesta Bowl to take on Boise State on New Year's Eve in Arizona. Avery, kind of what were your initial takeaways from the win today?
First of all, my initial takeaway is it's cold. I cannot feel my hands, guys. This is crazy. But seriously, my biggest takeaway is the defense was dominant. After not having a good performance against Oregon, not being able to cover, not being able to get pressure, obviously Abdul Carter missing out on 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, they showed up, Abdul Carter showed up. I remember watching one sequence he did, I think it was a swim, spin move, ghost rush, all 3 straight plays, and he obliterated SMU's left tackle. He had to hold him if he had a chance. Sometimes he wasn't even able to touch him because he was that dominant. If you looked at the defense as a whole, the linebackers came to play. Kobe King led in tackles. Tony Rojas and Dom DeLuca, 3 picks. Both had a pick 6. Tony Rojas juking, jiving, everything. Like, he looked like Fairfax High School Tony Rojas, as we kind of both know a little bit about that. So, yeah, just a dominant performance from the defense. And, again, Penn State's moving on to the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, DMV natives here, but you mentioned, Avery, the performance against Oregon. They gave up 45 points to Oregon and then come back 2 weeks later, only give up 10 points to SMU. The first half, just a complete domination for Penn State's defense, but on the offensive side of the ball, SMU came into this game with the 4th best run defense in the FBS, and Katron Allen and Nick Singleton both averaged over 6 yards a carry today. They absolutely dominated SMU's defense. There was one drive, I think, in the 3rd or 4th quarter that Penn State literally ran the ball every single play, and it ended in a touchdown for the Nittany Lions on through that ground game. What else can you kind of say about this offensive performance today?
I mean, if you go back to the run game, I mean, it just goes to show how effective or how important having an effective run game is. If you look in early in the game, the first 2 sequences, I think they combined for like 3 yards. They weren't really getting any space. They weren't able to make plays. But when you keep running the ball, you're going to get in rhythm. You're going to make those plays. And then once they start popping, it's really over. The defense is tired. They're trailing. They're trying to make up for the plays that they missed. And it's hard to get a team going when you have a run game that is so effective. So, I mean, I just think as a whole, the run game is the story of Penn State's offense. I mean, outside of obviously Tyler Warren, I think it's the story. I think the team doesn't go if the run game doesn't go, especially on the offensive side of the ball, and I think that really showed in the game.
Yeah, I agree, because you kind of saw Penn State's offense kind of started picking things up once that run game started going. The passing game kind of just wasn't really working for Penn State today. Drew Aller was held to under 200 yards. It just kind of wasn't his best performance. He got going a little bit towards the end, but overall, the run game really stepped up today, just like they did against Oregon. And so I think going forward, I think Penn State's going to continue to rely on the run game. But regardless, they're headed to Arizona next week to take on Boise State in the Fiesta Bowl on the 31st.
No more cold.